Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dwarven Steam Mine, and welcome back to Islands and Trains. I can't schedule or plan to save my motherfucking life, so we're playing more Islands and Trains. I know I don't often play the same game twice in a row unless it's a series or something like that. And even then, that doesn't happen very often. Uh, but I can't plan, so we're doing more. This includes the winter holiday stuff. So it has a bunch of Christmas things, snowman, a lot of ice rinks or frozen ponds or whatever. Some other odd things, which I will talk about later. But yes, if you guys like this video, make sure you like and subscribe. And let me know if you want me to do another theme. We still have a spring and fall layout to look at that we can make and plan and design. I do not have a warm beverage. I have a can of Lipton Fusion. It is the strawberry lemonade one, iced tea, whatever. Lipton, sponsor me, please. I love your shit and have for a long time. And also a sponsorship would be nice. But yes, we'll just jump into this. This is where I stopped. I was working on some personal projects on the other worlds. Um, Oop, that's the wrong one. This is the original island that got reset after the video was made, and then this was has been my summer-ish layout. So we will just continue on with this winter one. Funny and fitting as it is winter right now, and everybody's still talking about that bad series of storms that went across the U.S., especially the eastern half. I wasn't too overly affected, but that's okay. So my thinking with this is right in the corner of a map. Um, as I said before, I tried to plan stuff so it's viewed from just one perspective, and that would be from this sort of direction. So in the end, the back and right along the edge here will have trees and such, as will this side of the slope. I'm going to go ahead and start by making the slope bigger because I think if we have the train kind of twist and wind its way down, that would look really nice. So as we get to higher elevations, it will start becoming slightly harder to build. Um, you can see that my cursor is kind of disappearing when it gets too far away from the camera, and that seems to be more and more apparent with these higher elevations and such. I don't know if it'll have been released by the time this video's done. Maybe. Um, but everything that happens in the YouTube short or the short video of all the trains running and stuff, is that other world that I mentioned. So I planned and thought of doing a harbor that connects to a completely different area, which is a nice rural farm, and then it splits off and goes to a logging camp, as well as a city built within a castle. So that was a lot of fun. There might be a few things I want to change in the future, but for now, I am very pleased with how it turned out, especially because I'm normally pretty shit, even though I've had uh, over over 2 decades of train builders and shit. I'm still crap. This may come as a shock to some, but not at all to others. So I'm thinking for this map, this would be kind of like a ski resort, which obviously we have a chairlift and stuff, which I think does animate. I don't remember. I thought it did. I could be wrong. I thought it did. Something that I didn't talk about in the first video of this was because everything's based on a grid system. You know, everything is uh, on a grid system. Um, this makes me think heavily of Warship Craft or Battleship Craft, if anybody remembers that. There was a cafe that has an open top. There it is. Yeah, that's actually really nice. Imagine having a nice cafe or a bistro or something that overlooked, you know, a nice snowy slope with trees and a view. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Be kind of cold. Not gonna lie. Unless it had. Oh, what if they had some of those patio heaters? Those propane ones. That would be lovely. We could do here. We should have a sort of siding that has all of. You could bring coal and stuff up the mountain. It should also be noted that I've been playing this game religiously since the first recording was made. I think as of recording this one, which was just a week ago, uh, a week to 6 days to a week. I believe I have about 15 hours into this, so I've been I've been putting a lot of time into this. It's a fun game. I have learned of another one that is similar that I will definitely look at soon here too. But yes, I've been enjoying the shit out of this game. I know a lot of people who do model trains who their favorite thing is just to work on scenery and stuff. They kind of shut their brain off and just listen to music or a podcast, and they just kind of they just um, go with it. You know, they go with the flow and they just relax. Several years ago, I kind of did the same thing. I was heavily invested into model planes. I was heavily invested into model planes, and one of my favorite things to do was I would do a couple coats of paint or assemble, you know, a part of the plane or car or whatever I was making, and then while that coat of paint was drying or those parts were drying when they were glued together, I would go and watch. They had Monty Python, a couple seasons of Monty Python on Netflix, and I would just go and fucking enjoy some old shitty British humor. There have been many times where I just shut my brain off and just enjoy the moment with Train Z as well. You'd just be working on a scenery thing, or there's been times where I just throw my hands up and say fuck it, and then just go run like a Southern Pacific Daylight or something. Ooh, I have any. I want the train to be seen as it enters the tunnel portal. But what we can do is we can just have it curve down to this level. Like so. And then immediately have it... Oh, that's right. Terrain thing. Height. You're being silly. That will mean no terrain behind is visible. But that's okay. What we can do instead... Oops, that's the wrong thing of what I wanted to do. What we can do instead is just delete that stuff again and then block it with some short trees. You could still kind of see the train weave through it, but we can block it with some short trains. And then what we'll do is we'll build this back up. And we can have it snake into one and then come out the other or something. Maybe it'll skip this tier. I don't know. To be brutally honest of just how sweet this game is, Fletch has it, and I expect nothing less of her playing than her playing a train game. But she has actually put a couple of hours into this game as well. So I found a train game that Fletch likes, and that's great. I don't know how. Luck, probably. Okay. Okay, so this isn't going to work as well, so what we're going to do is just move this tunnel back one and have it go into here, and then it... I have a plan. I do, I think. Okay. So this track will be hidden from sight. Bridge, please. So this will be hidden from sight. It'll come down. Exit this portal, and it will immediately enter this one. Then we can have it exit that tunnel, and that can be our tunnel portal. Crap. Oh my god. Pressing every wrong button. Okay. So yes, our train will it'll snake around behind. We can put some trees stuff here to kind of hide it. We'll put some short ones here in front. You can kind of see it run behind the mountain, and then it disappears completely. We'll put some tall ones around this elevated shit so nobody sees it. And it'll wind through this tunnel and come out to this open portal here. That will be nice. We can actually demonstrate if I put some straight track here. Okay. Okay. So it goes down the incline at a weird angle. I don't like that piece for that angle. And then it disappears behind this part of the mountain, this curve here. And then next time you see it, it reappears through here. Okay, so if we bring this out quite a bit, which would require a lot of landscaping later. Oops, but that's okay. But if we do quite a bit of landscaping, then we can put the wiggly track in. The issue then becomes... The issue then becomes... It would need either an S-bend here, or we can move the entirety of this. Actually, we can have it S-bend the other way. That way. Hug the wall. That all of this can actually be like terraformed down some. Again. And then the train, we could have it kind of turn to a trestle or something. It can go along the front, come down here, and go down a step, and then it can go down another step to be level with this one. Let's give that the old college try. Okay. So now we're down one tier. If we wanted to, we could use something like this and have it switch back on itself through a tunnel. That might be okay. Let's hook this up real quick before I forget, because heaven help me knows I will. Holy shit. I'm now becoming aware that this will probably just be another video where I blab on about nothingness for 45 minutes to an hour. And no one will care. The S-bend might not have been necessary, in which case... Oh, well. This waterfall piece is really nice. It makes me think of something from Thomas the Tank Engine, like the Skarloey Railway. If anybody else is a massive fucking nerd like me, you'll understand. Here's an idea. What if we just cave this in and build trees and shit around it when we need to? Is that lined up? I do believe it is. Hello, phone. What the hell? Dense fog expected tomorrow morning. Yeah, there's a dense fog in my mind all the time. And in my memory. Let's just go over one. Yes. So if that just goes there and there, and we do an S-bend in between, that should be good. And this, all these spaces here will give us plenty of opportunity to fill in the terrain with trees and things. So if we take our train, put it at 3/4 power or so, kind of start to get an idea. So it goes around that S-band, screams around the corner, and then disappears into that tunnel. Comes out, goes around that corner, which is rather sharp, but that's okay, and then comes to an end. Fonk. I do like that there's like a missing texture somewhere over here. You can see the train run through like this crack. You kind of see inside. It's funny. Only kind of issue is that these have a lot of like the rounded, puffy trees and the birch ones. And a lot of these are more pointy and spiny, but I don't think it will matter too much. Okay. So now here comes the next issue. Of how do we get the train? Because it'll probably have to go underneath all this, which you can do. If we place these down here. Come on, here. So these tunnels, inverted commas, because they have the roof, you can actually place terrain on top of them. So we can fill this back in just like this. Oop, crap. Assuming, however, there we go, that the train wants to work. So this doesn't leave for a very pretty tunnel entrance, but that is okay. If we put enough trees in the front here, it won't really matter. And then we need to put that curved one above it back. There we go. So now we're good. So the train will actually go through the rock face. And we can hide it using some of these tall... Oops, I want to multi-pack. We can hide it to an extent using some tall trees. And then we can have it go to the next place, which I don't know what I want to do for that. I don't know. We'll have the train come out to there for now, and it can sit on this bridge. Good enough. Good enough. Won't be very entertaining, but what we should do now is probably start sculpting our terrain how I want it.
A few minutes later.
There, that looks nice. This kind of makes me think of the old Animal Crossing game for DS way back in the day. Just the art style and everything. There. That's looking nice. Let's add some nice tall, I don't know if they're like pine trees or spruce trees or what they are, but let's add some of those there. Cool. We've treed it up. It does feel weird having this be so sparse and barren. I have a feeling these big kind of rock facades will be nice to fill in here. Fortunately, there's not a whole lot of them that are only like one block or one grid tall. That one is, actually. That looks rather nice. Let's run a train through all this. We'll say about there as a camera angle. And we'll just let it run peacefully for a sec. It is kind of a mystery where it goes through here, but that's all right. I do think this needs more trees. I know we kind of want to be able to see the little bastard when it runs through, but I feel like some of these shorter pines. Where are the birch trees? There they are.
Let's decide. Maybe there's a happy tree, evergreen tree. He lives right there.
There. It kind of hides the train. You know, but if you angle it just right, you can see it snake through. And it might be different once it's coming the other direction. Add a sort of good station there. That's fine. Good. I don't know if I want to make the village up here just kind of a winter village, or if I want to make it Christmassy, because they have nice big Christmas trees, and they have one of these, which I have one of these in real life that my parents gave me from Germany. I don't know the German name for it, but apparently they're just called Christmas pyramids. And they're big tiered buildings like this. They do make them about this size that show things from the Bible from when Jesus was born. This one doesn't. This one shows gingerbread men, but they have the candles around the outside at the bottom. You can see, and they propel the fans at the top, and it does spin around. If Fletch reminds me, I do have a video of it somewhere on my phone that I can send of the one I have. It's much smaller. It's probably about 16 inches tall. I don't know how many centimeters that is. Deal with it. That looks like a flourish. Actually, that looks like a school. Huh, I've never looked at that building up close. I don't think I've looked at a lot of these buildings close up. Very nice, though. A tavern. That's essential. Yes, I don't know. I think that's a good place to call it, though. If anybody has any ideas for what I should connect this nice ski resort to, if it should be another town or what, there's the center of the map, so we have loads and loads and loads and loads of space to deal with. But if you have any ideas, feel free to comment them down. It's free and easy, and I'm open to ideas. If you think I should turn this into a little bit more Christmassy or something, let me know as well. If not, I'll probably just continue making it a little ski village. Like I said, if you like what I've been posting on the channel or what Fletch has been posting on the channel, make sure you like and subscribe and comment if you want more of this, because I will happily come back to this game. And stay tuned for the other Cozy Train games. I have 2 of them in mind, but I shan't say more. So, yes, thank you so much for your time and for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!